so now it's connected to the probe. At that point, it's a simple matter of opening up an app. Some of you may recognize this as a pretty standard ultrasound viewing screen. At this point, we're able to use the button on the probe, which is very simple and very intuitive. The button will power the probe on and off. It will change ends of the probe during scanning, and during live scanning, will freeze the image on the screen for inspection. I'll begin to demonstrate now by pushing the button once. I have a green snowflake on my screen, which means go, and now I'm ready to image on the curvilinear end of the probe. To change exam types, I simply hold the button down for a couple of seconds, or I can also go to my screen and choose a different exam type. So right now I'm on the curvilinear end of the probe. I want to go to the linear, so I pick another exam, and when I go back to the network, now I'm on the linear probe. When I click the button again, I'm live, and now I'm scanning on the linear sector. The app itself is fully featured. It's essentially a cart that we've developed and sucked down small into a single app. All of our controls are here on the screen for image optimization. We can save images. We save JPEGs, MP4s, and DICOMs. We can transmit those images anywhere at any time via a simple send function. And I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. Let's begin as if we were with a patient. We would be in the freeze screen so that the snowflake is white. We would come here, we would create a brand new patient information sheet. Once all the information is entered, we'll return and we would go live and we would be ready to scan. I'm going to simply scan a model that our technician administrative team has put together for us, and I'm going to be scanning with the linear end of the probe, and here's what a bladder might look like with a linear scan. Now this is 8 centimeters deep. We can switch depth on the screen with a fingertip, and we can scan from 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. So there's the tissue planes that we would be scanning in the patient. This is referred to as a bladder here in our image, and the white outline here in the bladder would be considered a stone. So there's our depth change. We're able to change brightness on the screen as well. Our gain number can be altered by moving a fingertip on the screen. You can see it adjusting there. With another fingertip control, we can do time gain compensation, which you can see is now brightening up the image significantly. And then the rest of the controls have been condensed down to a small 3x3 square. But within this control panel, we're able to control all of the image parameters that are done even on the big laptop and cart systems. We'll go through some of these in just a moment. In the meantime, when I freeze an image on the screen, I'm now able to create measurements. Here is a list of available measurements. I'm going to put a length on the screen. You can see here that I can control this dotted green line with a fingertip, and the numeric value is here in the corner of the screen. We're able to add annotations as well, so we want to label our image. Perhaps we'd like to say a bladder stone, blah, blah. We put our label on the screen, we have our measurement, we have our numeric value, and at that point we come backwards, and now we save our image. We would also be able to save a cine loop or a video clip. Here it's demonstrating in about 1.5 seconds we've saved our video clip. We have a playback feature where we can check our cine loops or video clips. We have, of course, the measurement field that we just saw. And then we're able to also come to where we save images, which is in a patient library, and we're able to select images from our library. We can add post-processing to the image after we save the image, which makes this software and this probe truly unique. So we would be able to call up an image at any time, and we would be able then to add our measurements and annotations to the image after it was saved. Here we'll go backwards. We're back into our library. Here we would pick our send feature, and we would be able to decide for ourselves where we want to send the image. We're able to text, email, Skype, Dropbox, etc. So we can choose that from here. If we wanted to, we're able to, on the front screen under settings and parameters, we'd be able to upload directly to a PAC server as well. So it's a fully functional ultrasound system. I'm going now to go live. I'm going to run through the different probes. You've seen a linear scan. Here's my curvilinear selection. Now I'm on a curvilinear probe, which gives you a little bit different view of the same bladder with stone. Now obviously this is a low frequency probe. I'm going to be able to scan deeper. And now here's a more complete picture of the bladder with the stone in it. But the image quality is second to none. I'll put this up against any laptop or even many of the tower systems. And for the cost and portability, the use for students is unparalleled. We're able to provide a solidly performing ultrasound equipment at a much lower cost, and now all the students have access to ultrasound during their student years. I'm able to offer some very complex functions as well. We can do split screen imaging. When we go to our functions, we can scan in color Doppler. Here you'll see a Doppler window that I can move on the screen with my fingertip. We are able to do pulse wave Doppler imaging, M-mode imaging, and power Doppler imaging. So we have all 5 scan modes available. We can adjust each of the images in the control box, which allows teaching of the basic science behind ultrasound waves and their echoes. So it's excellent for teaching. We can create any number of presets that we want, any type of label under any of the 3 ultrasound transducers. Here I'm going to select the cardiac function, and now when I'm on the screen, some of you may recognize the phased array sector, and we're still imaging the bladder with the stone, but primarily this feature would be used for cardiac scans. I'll go back and I'll go back to our B mode and select another exam. Get back to the curvilinear probe, and we're still imaging. Saving images is simple. We simply touch the 2 save buttons on the screen. We continue to save multiple images at one time. This allows the user, whether it's student or faculty, to get in and out of the animal's room or location as quickly as possible. Again, I've already demonstrated that even though we're saving in real time, we're grabbing screenshots as we scan. The idea is that even though we haven't analyzed any of them, we can still go back to the patient reel where all of our exams are saved, and we're able to inspect and measure here inside the image reel. So we have many features that are found on the cart systems and the laptops at a much more affordable price, and now fully functional, very durable. This is built with carbon fiber. It's not just plastic. It's very droppable. Of course, we don't recommend that, but it is very likely to survive almost any drops. Yes, there is crystal technology in the transducers, but we do have an edge around the transducer so that anything that is not a direct 90-degree hit on the crystals will end up on the plastic edge. So durability, affordability, portability, and image quality are the 4 cornerstones on which we build this device and the software. I would like to point out